Alright, you ready?
Yeah! Okay, now if I remember the body... Yep.
It's working! Keep it up!
I remember having a lot of fun with you guys the first time around. That's why I remember the bodies to this point.
It's down!
Now! Destructive impact!
Huh? I'll be taking that, thank you. So what was that about not having a weapon?
Huh, nicely done, Rean.
I'm just glad that it worked. This is where the real battle begins.
Yeah! That's our Rean!
That was quite an impressive plan.
Oh! It's doing it again.
Are your Arcuses resonating with one another?
Go ahead and show me what you can do.
Wow. That was, pretty bad.
It's working! Keep it up!
Connect again quickly, or... I want to kill. That's what I want.
Great, just
Curse you! No, not the head.
my turn.
Oh, it might be now. Is it 10 now? Yep, it's 10 now.
That's it. A little more. It's working. Keep it up.
Hey! Curse you!
Great that time.
Just as silly sounding as it was the first time I heard it. So,
Can't be happening.
what was that about me being easy to defeat? Was there about that? Would you fellas care to have a chance at that?
How could it be this strong?
Well, what's it to be?
Come on, boys! I'm ready to rumble!
We can do this all day if you're still not ready to give up.
Oh, Rean!
He's got this.
That he does. He's turned this whole situation around.
Sir, this battle isn't over yet.
You wanna rumble? Let's go, buddy!
We still have the advantage in numbers. We can surround him. Victory will be ours.
You guys are not very smart, are you?
Enough!
Huh?
What? That sounds like...
Craig? Are you guys seriously coming out here with tanks? Did they work before? Why are you still outside the tank, my dude? Get back in the tank! You are absolutely bonkers! Get in the tank!
How are they here? They're supposed to be dealing with the force from the Transcontinental Railroad. Bah, nothing more than a small diversion. And I suggest you turn and run off with your tails between your legs if you don't want to share their fate. Unless you men think you can handle the might of the 4th Armored Division. Curse you, Craig! Fine.
Castle!
That's how you want to play. We'll just have to call. Are you alright, sir?
What the hell is that?
Sniper, where are they?
Oh. Wait, Claire?
What just happened? Who the...
Is that Claire? Claire!
I've taken out the commander's sensor. What's the situation with Zephry?
Both are standing by at 5 o'clock. No signs of movement.
Acknowledged. Ignore them for now. Focus your attention on the highway instead.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn, Claire, that's
If
impressive.
she can aim that precisely from that far away, we're likely in her sights too.
The Icy Maiden has certainly earned her reputation.
Wouldn't want to try my luck against her. Not right now, anyway. Not much we can do while she's all the way over there. Besides, I think it's about time we called it a day. We're taking off, Fee. See you some other time, okay?
Be sure to keep up with your training. You'll need it if you want to make it through this war unscathed.
Bye-bye.
Who do those damn Jaegers think they are to retreat without orders? All units, fall back! We're returning to the Twin Dragons Bridge!
Aw, you don't want to go round two, bucko? Bye! I know one of these days I'm gonna regret doing that.
Phew. Looks like we're safe now.
Hey, nice work out there. Whew. I felt uncomfortably close to death 1 or 4 too many times.
Well, welcome to war, Machias. It doesn't get any better.
At least it's all over with now.
Dad! Thank goodness you're all right.
Elliot!
You are psychotic, standing on the outside of the tank as it's firing.
That's the famous Craig the Red, huh? Looks like the real model of a scary-ass military officer.
Yeah, once you get to know him.
About that.
That's what everyone thinks at first.
Oh! My beloved gift from Adios!
And here we go.
Why did you talk?
I love these two's dynamic. It's so cute.
Come here into your father's loving embrace.
No way, Dad. I mean, I'm glad you haven't changed, but Dad!
Aw, Elliot, just accept it.
Nonsense! You were raised in my arms, my boy. What's another 2 or 3 minutes more? I can tell you've lost some weight, but you're otherwise as fit as your fiddles. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
You too. But you're seriously hurting me now. At least loosen your grip some.
That thing I said earlier, I take it back.
Oh, come on, Tallball. He can be scary when he wants.
Yeah, everyone reacts like that.
Elliot seems really happy, though.
Yeah, it's great to see them together again.
I'm pleased to see that everything went well.
And it's good to see you too, Claire.
I thought it was you.
Looks like you're from the Railway Military Police. Then you must be...
It's a pleasure to see you again, Captain.
Likewise. And yes, sir. I'm Captain Claire Revelt of the RMP. It sounds as though we have plenty to discuss. Perhaps in a more fitting location. Follow me if you would. I'd like to begin by congratulating you on making it all the way here. I'm overjoyed to see you all again.
The same to you, Captain.
I had no idea what had happened to you after Heimdall's occupation. It's a huge relief to see you made it out okay.
Funny. I was just as concerned for all of you. As for you, I believe it's the first time we've had the pleasure of meeting. You're Toval Rondinor of the Bracer Guild, yes? One of Sarah's co-workers.
Wow, you've actually heard of me? Though, to tell you the truth, I've heard more than my fair share of stories about you from Sarah, too.
Probably not all of them being good.
Kinda surprising to see you with the 4th Armored Division.
She got in touch with us soon after the war broke out, in fact. She then mobilized the RMP to guide us to this proving ground so that we could establish a base. We wouldn't be here now if not for her.
Wow, really?
I see your ability to make good, quick judgments is still intact.
Reorganizing the divided divisions was of the utmost importance. I simply did what I had to do. I was concerned about His Excellency and what was happening in the capital, but he always told me to act objectively in times of crisis.
Oh.
My apologies, Captain.
I'd almost forgotten that she was right there in the capital when her boss was assassinated, and by none other than Crow.
Oh, yeah. Where's Instructor Neidhart anyway? I thought he would be here with you, Dad.
He hasn't been back to this division, no. We had no idea whatsoever of his whereabouts until a few days ago. But then he was finally able to get in contact and inform us that he was well.
That's good news.
Either way, it sounds like you can't be too careful. This base is held so far, but there's no guarantee that'll always be the case.
I wish I could deny that. The Noble Alliance is starting to put more and more resources into trying to finish us off. We know how to deal with their soldates, which evens the odds, but we're at a disadvantage when it comes to supplies.
True. This isn't the best location for getting outside help. The longer the war goes on, the harder it's gonna be to hold out.
That said, we have no intention of giving up without a fight. Our enemies have occupied the capital and effectively taken the citizens, as well as the Imperial family, hostage. Even should the goddess forgive them, I damn well won't!
Okay, Craig. Lower down the anger just a smidge.
You don't need to yell quite that loudly. Besides, I don't think you'll find many who are willing to forgive them. Although, if anything, I'm just worried about how Fiona's doing.
Yeah, I'm worried about Dad, too.
I'm afraid I don't yet have any specific information regarding Heimdall's current situation. With control of the railways taken from us, we're limited on what we can actually do, I'm afraid.
Sounds frustrating.
Regardless, it's my turn to ask all of you something. Bearing all of what we've just discussed in mind, what do you intend to do from here on out?
Party?
Well,
Good question.
You don't have the raw power that the Alliance or the Imperial armies got. But you've still got a pretty significant weapon at your disposal. And you need to think long and hard about how you intend to use it.
oh, I agree completely. Valimar's power is incredible. That much is definitely true. These past few days have left me with no choice but to accept what I have.
He can take on multiple soldats at once and still come out on top. If used the right way, he could maybe even change the direction of this war. Keep in mind, it's all dependent on the strength of his Awakener.
I hate to toss aside the subject of war so frivolously, but we also need to find some way to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen. If we focus on that, it makes perfect sense for us to support the Imperial Army and fight against the Noble Alliance. But
Lieutenant General, I'm afraid that we can't answer your question at the present time. At the very least, not until we've heard everyone's opinion.
Oh?
We hate what the Alliance is doing as much as you do. So, in that sense, we want to do what we can to help you fight against them. but I don't think it would be right for just the 4 of us to decide without everyone else's input.
Need my water.
Yep. We need to find everyone else before making such a major decision. We make our decisions together. That's how we roll.
For now, we solely want to put our focus on finding the rest of our classmates. Then, and only then, will we decide how best to approach this war. And what we as a class can do to help end it.
I see.
Once a member of Class 7, always a member of Class 7.
That includes Crow.
Can't say I'm all that surprised.
Very well. You may have been separated from Thorns, but you still have every bit the spirit of a student. And it is the duty of students to absorb the world around them. Go forth, and when you're all together once again, find your role to play. Only then will I hear your answer.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dad.
I apologize for not being able to give you a better and more immediate answer.
Not at all. What you said was perfectly reasonable, Rean. You will hear no objections from me. Whatever path you choose, I hope you see it through to the end, with all the inner strength and conviction of the son of Erebonia. That said, I'm conflicted about sending my dear Elliot away without proper protection.
Really? Dude, you just saw me summon a divine knight.
Should I send a company of troops with him?
I've got Valimar!
That might not be enough. He needs airships as well.
I've got Valimar, guy!
Dad, stop. This is so embarrassing.
He really is the most doting father I've ever seen.
I bet 100 Mira the war would be over in no time flat if the Alliance ever tried to kidnap Elliot.
That would be a sight to see.
Well, in that case, how would you like me to accompany you?
You, Captain?
Are you sure?
You're currently using Ymir as your base of operations, correct? Not only could I use my knowledge to better fortify it, I could also handle communications with other regions from there. This could be a good chance to reach out and find Milliam as well. I haven't been able to contact her since the war broke out.
Oh, works for me. To be blunt, Ymir's borders are wide open, and the Alliance could take advantage of that at any time. We can't have another incident like with the Jaegers. Bringing her back just might be our best defense right now.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. There's a limit to how much we can do. At the end of the day, we're students. We need to swallow our pride and take help where it's given, especially from specialists like the two of you. And more important than all of that, I know we can trust you.
You're right.
Exactly.
Captain Claire, we'd be honored to accept your kind offer. Welcome to the team.
The pleasure's all mine. In addition to my duties as a member of the RMP, I hereby pledge my support to everyone in Class 7.
Yay! We've got Claire joining the team. Yeah, I got some little extra stuff to do here before we can go back. Well then, I suppose we might as well take a look around. We're meeting her in front of Valimar, right? That's right. We should head there as soon as we're finished up here. Got it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Dad said they're looking for a couple of Thor students at this base camp. Really? They could very well be someone we know. We should go and see if we can meet with them. I'm game. Let's go. Okay. Oh. Well, they stand out, being Thor students. And this actually goes back to a point I made in Cold Steel 1. The students that you see here, they are all students that we've met and spoken to in the first game. Now, I know that my first playthrough of the game that's on my channel isn't 100% run. And the reason for that is, well, it was already 100%ed when I decided to actually replay it. So, I missed out on all of like the hidden quests and whatnot and optional. And that's because they're long, they can be a bit tedious and boring, and I wanted to get to the more exciting part of the game. But if you do them, you do come across your fellow students like Monk here, and you get to know them a little bit. And the best part about that is that you don't just get to know them a little and then just move on to the next best thing. They actually stay relevant in the coming days, or in the coming games rather, not days. Each of them, they grow up with our students. So we get to see how they are now and how they'll grow up to when they graduate from Thor's. Or at least a few notable ones anyway. I want to say we still meet up with the most important ones, but there are so many of them that I can't keep track of them. But this game, they don't just throw characters at you and that's a one and done deal. They will give some of those characters that same feeling, like the NPCs that we hardly ever talk to and whatnot. But students that we went to Thor's with, and some other characters, remain important from the first game all the way to the fourth game. Because, ironically, each character actually has a role to play. They're not just background noise. Which I sorely appreciate, because there are so many games out there that have all these side characters, and some of them can be interesting, but they're just like your standard deal of, I'm just the random NPC that's standing here messing around, you know. So I appreciate when games like this can go out of their way to make the characters actually feel like characters. Characters that you would, in fact, meet with and play with and all of that. They're not just background noise, which, again, I cannot stress enough how nice it is that they're not just there for a minor purpose, only to get lost down the line. Okay. Now I need to find... I think I need to go to the rest area for this one. Yes, from where I'm reading here, it says rest area. Now, oh, I need to talk to you, right? No, I don't. Is it you I talk to? Yeah, it's this guy. I don't know if anyone else has ever read the Gambler Jack series. I actually have not. I just know that they're like little collectible books that you can get. Let's wait, because as far as I know, that is everything.
Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
Damn, Claire, you looking good.
Oh.
You're not in uniform.
I'd be something of a walking target if we were to travel to any Alliance-ruled areas dressed like that, after all. This outfit doesn't look too strange on me, does it?
No, I like it. You look pretty good.
No, absolutely not.
You just look so different in it that it took me a moment to recognize it was you.
Yeah, it really suits you.
Thank you very much.
Feel like I'm surrounded by horny teenagers all of a sudden.
I was just thinking that, Fee.
Blame a guy for falling for a pretty girl, Fee. That's what we do.
I think this is one mystery about humans I'm content not trying to get my head around.
You're all ready to depart then?
Dad!
I've given my subordinates their orders. They will be backing you up as best they can in my absence. Should you need anything, let them know. They will be able to get in contact with me if need be.
Very well. Leave everything here to us. In return, I will be counting on you to support the young lions of the Academy.
I will, sir.
Elliot, I'm astounded by just how much stronger you've become in less than a year. You might not appreciate me saying this, but everything you've done has just confirmed in my mind that sending you to Thor's was the right choice after all.
Honestly, Dad, I feel the same way. It wasn't what I wanted to do originally, but if not for enrolling there, I never would have met all of my friends. So while I couldn't imagine I'd ever feel this way at the time, I'm really grateful to you now.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, there was a point in time Elliot was not happy with his dad because his dad wanted to be a macho man, and Elliot, he didn't want to be. He wanted to pursue music.
Looking at you now, it's clear that you're finally ready to forge your own path through life.
And at some
Make your own
point,
choices.
at some point or another, I don't remember when, Craig finally started to understand that.
As such, once this war is over, and this nation is back to the way it was, if you still wish to live your life as a musician, you will have my full support.
You'd actually allow that?
And I think Craig finally came to that conclusion when the war started, because I think a part of him knew deep down inside, he knew Elliot wasn't quite exactly what Craig wanted him to be, and he had to come to terms with that. And that's the whole reason why Elliot went to Thor's, which was to please his dad. But it was kind of known Elliot didn't want that. And I think once the war started and he lost contact with his father, and Craig losing contact with his son and not knowing how he was, I think it forced him to realize his position, that his son doesn't want to follow in his footsteps. So he finally said, you know what? I should just be grateful my son even comes home alive in one piece. I shouldn't push him to do things he clearly doesn't want to do. So I think the war forced his father to come to terms with the fact that Elliot, he won't ever be like his father in terms of a commanding presence.
I'm true to my word. You needn't rush to decide what you want to do now, though. I imagine that if you keep fighting alongside your classmates, you will eventually realize what you want to do. And a choice reached after long, serious thought is not one you will regret.
And I appreciate that we get that look from Craig. Because it's him finally recognizing his son is ready to fly the nest.
Thanks, Dad. To tell you the truth, I'm really not sure what I want to do anymore. But by this war's end, I'm sure I'll know too.
That's my boy. Well, I wish all of you luck and good health. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Bye then.
The best to you too, sir.
Take care, Dad.